Hello everyone, welcome to this coaching series. My name is Sheila and I'm from Bataan. I am a full-time mom and I am an entrepreneur. I am very excited for you to experience and to share you this coaching series. I want also you to have this privilege like what I have experienced. I want to introduce to you our coach. We can call him Coach 𝗲𝗫𝗍. He is a lifestyle coach and teaching self-development, growth, and he is in that business for 15 years. And throughout that series, he can answer all your questions and guide you to all your challenges. I want to share to everyone what Coach 𝗲𝗫 was imparted to me in his coaching. So I learned like every one of us, we experience struggle in our lives. And for having life focus, having a purpose, with this skill, nothing is impossible. Let's welcome Coach 𝗲𝗫 and let's see. We'll give him a questions and he will going to answer all of that. Hi Coach 𝗲𝗫. How are you?
Hello, kumusta ka? Oh, thank you for the warm introduction. I really appreciate that. So it's great to be part of this series. My main objective and goal is that whatever I have learned from my mentors, from my guide, that how coaching can make a big difference in people's life, how just simple techniques can, help you to navigate your life and have abundance of happiness. And that's what today's series is all about. And that's what we want to share with everyone and see if that can make a difference in their life. But I would encourage everybody, if they have a question, because questions help us to get the answers. If we don't have a question, then probably, we really don't know where we are going. So having those questions and having that clarity by having those answers, they really make a difference. So if you have any question, please do feel free to send it across to Madam Sheila, and we'll be happy to answer you during the series. So I hope this journey makes a big difference and you get all your answers and your life becomes so beautiful that you start enjoying every day of your life. Over to Sheila.
Wow, I'm so excited to start now. All right, so I have a questions here that I'm giving to you. So our topic for today, we will focus about happiness and because people is really confused today because of everyone is living in social media. So we don't already know what is the real happiness in our lives, right? So my number one question is, what is happiness? Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Social media is certainly kind of, if you look at the olden generation, way back now, when we're going back to our grandpas and the grandmothers, they used to be so happy. Those times we didn't have phones. We used to send letters. Receiving a letter after a month, it would take, like, for instance, if I had to send a letter to Philippines, easily it would take probably a month, to reach. And people used to wait. There was not anxiety. They used to receive the letters and they used to be so happy from the children, from the grandparents, from the parents. It used to be so fun. And that wait used to be so beautiful. But yes, now everything is so instant. With WhatsApp, you get an instant response. Yeah, you are trying to promote yourself on social media. It's good in a way because social media has certainly helped us to connect with and know the culture across the globe, which is good. But if you see the negative side, is that we always want the likes. We want to know who is liking, which is, we want to know that how many people are following. That's another big thing, that if you see the youngsters, they do that because they want more followers, they want more likes, and it's become more of consumption. Like, that the focus of social media is that displaying your talent, letting people know what you can do. So that has helped social media quite a lot. But coming back to the happiness, happiness is not something external. Happiness is more internal, actually. So whatever achievements you have, unless and until you're not happy internally, that external happiness will not give you anything. So I always encourage people to, remember things that has made them happy, and keep those in their diary. Because when situations are tough, that is where those things will help you to come out of that. The sorrow or the challenges you are going through, that the happiness is the booster. So it's very, very important to make sure that you remember the days, remember the instances, remember certain events that has made you happy, and always look forward the happiness internally. Like when you go to the church, for instance, when you go to the church, prayer, anywhere where you pray, you feel really have internal happiness because the vibrations, the surroundings are so good compared to when you go to a movie theater or you go to any other show. The happiness stays for a while, but it doesn't stay the next day, right? Yeah. So that's the beauty about it, So you need to find those internal happiness, and there are happinesses all around us because we are born to be happy. So imagine if you look at, someone being happy and someone being sorrow. Sorrow doesn't stay for too long, and it makes you feel very, very, very feels bad. And, it's like you're not feeling good. Happiness is always there. So that's the beauty. So you need to find that happiness. If you're feeling a bit lost, happiness is around you. So I hope that helps you to, answer that question.
Okay. You know what? I was a bit smiling when you said about the diary. Yeah, because I remember when I was elementary, I have this diary, and I open it again because it has a lock. I opened it when I was like in college, and I was amazed that, oh, really, it happens to me. So I read it all throughout of the handwritten in my diary, my handwritten or my stories there. So I was amazed that, oh, it was really happened. And the important thing in your diary, you just put the date. So yeah,
Yes.
it's something that is a big memories in our lives that you remember.
So I would also encourage, if you have not done something, because we need some excitement in our life. That's where the happiness comes. You need to keep challenging. It would be, if you have your children, if you have your parents abroad, and which everyone has because we're living in all different parts of the world right now, is send a letter, because the stamps are still available. The post office is still there,
Right.
Send a letter and see that excitement when you send a letter and when you get a letter. But don't type it, write it with the pen, and then send it to them. See the happiness that you will get, that person will get after getting the letter,
Yeah, I think that's true, right? It's just a really simple before, but today we are not doing it. So yeah, I really believe in that when someone received that letter from a post office, yeah, that's something that's simple but very memorable.
Yeah, if you remember those olden days, when the post office guy, or back in India, we used to have the post office guy used to come in the house and knock, and he used to give you. That is how I used to get my results, my school results. We never used to get it. There was no email. I'm talking way back in 1980s. Those days our results used to come by the post, and it used to take probably a week. And we used to be so excited and so scared as well what the result is going to be. So those days are amazing, and that's what we need to bring in.
Right.
It's in our hands.
Yeah, right. Thank you for sharing those words and stories. And I have this second question. How can you say this is a real happiness?
Yeah. So basically now, for instance, if you buy I know ladies love shopping. Like if they buy a bag, if they buy a shoe, if they buy a dress, because shopping is, like they say, it's a therapy, right? Yeah. Now, if you buy that, you feel happy at that moment, right? And then, but if somebody else has got something better, that happiness just goes away. They said, oh, wow, well, I thought I had a good one, but that happiness goes away. That reminds me of a story, of a big businessman, and he had bought a plane for the first time in his life. He said, if I do $100 million, I'll get a plane for myself. He bought a plane, which was enough. It was a 6-seater plane. But then when he parked at the airport, which was a private area where and this was an Asian businessman. And then he saw his friend having a bigger plane, which was a 14-seater, which had more comfort feeling, and, it was a big one. And then when he saw his plane and his friend's plane, his happiness completely erupted. He said, oh my God, what I need to do to get that plane now? Because that's a bigger one than mine. But actually, it's a plane. His happiness was that if he reaches $100 million, he'll get a plane, and he got a plane. And that's enough, for flying from one destination. It's a private jet. But when he saw his friend, the happiness was gone. Now he just wanted to get that plane. So this is where we link our happiness to external materialist things, external circumstances, or people, that she will make me happy, or he will make me happy, or so it's all about other people. But what is important is that how can we make ourselves happy is by understanding that what is our values. The first thing is the values. If you understand your values, then happiness is going to be with you, because then nobody can take away your happiness. Because values is something that is part of you. Somebody has compassion, cooperation. These are all values, right? Integrity, honesty. Nobody can take it away from you. So when nobody can take it away from you, the happiness will never go, right? So happiness is something that when someone steals it, you feel that I don't have happiness and I have sorrow because somebody has taken things away, or somebody has taken your money. Like, for instance, you give money to somebody and that person doesn't give you back. What happens is that you feel, as somebody has taken, and now instead of being happy that you help somebody, now you're having that sorrow, right? So when somebody takes it, you feel that unhappiness. But if it's with you, no matter what, nobody can take away your happiness. There was another businessman who lost everything in the fire, their whole shop, everything was burned down. Now, having built that for like 20-25 years, and in a day, in a couple of hours, having that completely from a huge setup to a setback. But what he said is that very important. He told to it was a village in India. He said, you know what, your shops have burned down, but you have created it. It is nobody else has created these shops. So if we put our heads together, if we put our all efforts together, we can create it again, because we are the ones who have created. And that is the sign of happiness. That if you let external circumstances take away your happiness, you will never be happy. So it's all internally, and that's what we're going to share, the resources. And only thing I would say is that, one small thing is that if you really, really, really want to find that happiness, prayer is the biggest thing. Every day in the morning, if you're praying, great. If you're not, start praying, even for 15 minutes. Do some breathing exercise, pray to God, and thank the Lord for what He has given you. I tell you for sure that the happiness is just going to follow you. Happiness is going to find you. You are not going to find happiness.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Coach Girish. And I have here the third questions. What is the importance of happiness to people? Or how you could say that you have this happiness?
Good, thank you. So basically, first of all, if you see somebody, because nowadays from facial expressions, you can come to know whether somebody is happy or not. Happiness, automatically you will have a smile. But if somebody is unhappy or he's got sorrow, the face will be swollen, and he will. And if you ask him also, like for instance, somebody said that, how are you feeling? Well, great. They said, how is the day? Or what's so good about the day? So from the words or from the facial expression, you can come to know whether someone is happy or sad. People have gone more into negativity. If you open the news, trust me, any news channel you open across the globe, you will see killing, you will see, something crashing and all that stuff. Very rare, I would say very rare. There are some channels, the news channels, they have this segment known as the happy segment, They talk about happiness, they talk about, what are the moments in life, or somebody has done something exceptionally great. That makes you very happy, that makes you more emotional. That is only 5% if you see in any news channel right now. So we are surrounded with negativity. it's difficult to say that, people that, oh, you have to be happy. The question is, if we are surrounded with negativity, it's difficult, because what is going inside is being churned, so and what goes inside is getting out, right? So it's very important now to find your channel, find the resource, because the channel is going on. Now it is all important that how do you switch, you turn you like go to the next channel, which is a happy channel. But again, we are habitual to listening to negativity. So what I do, I'll give you my example, is that this is a very important question. The first thing, you wake up in the morning, and something you can try if you're doing great. If you're not, please, I would recommend you to do that. At least the first 2 hours as you wake up in the morning, start with your prayer, thanking God, as I mentioned. But the most important is, do not look at the news or your social media for the first 2 hours. I guarantee you that your happiness will be amazing, and it will help you to develop your state of mind throughout the whole day, which is happy state of mind, But if you look at the channel, the social media, the likes and the following and the news, the first thing in the morning, and that is going to set up your day. And that's how the happiness is going to be. It's going to be either great or it's going to be very, very low. So my suggestion and this is something that I've tried it personally number of times, and they say that your last thought in the night and the first thought as you wake up in the morning are critical, and that is how people, if you see their life today, that is exactly the life they're living, because what they are programming in the night and in the morning is exactly what their life is. So when people say, people cry, oh, my life is like that, and they are feeling unhappy and sorrow, I ask them the question, how have you designed your life? What are you doing in the night before sleeping? And what thoughts are you having first thing when you wake up in the morning? Takes time, but if you start with a small baby step, guarantee that it will help you. So first thing in the morning, try not to look at your social media or the news, at least for the first 2 hours. Write your journal, do the prayers, go for your walk, because walking also helps you quite a lot, because when you walk, there are endorphins being released, or breathing. That is a sign of happiness.
Thank you, Coach Yurish. Yeah, I just want to add on, you setting up, or the last thing that you want to do at night and in the morning, it's like it has no difference, like putting together and preparing your things that you need for tomorrow. Then you wake up, things is organized in your end, right? Yeah.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who don't do that, and you see them running in the morning, where is my tie? Where is my key? Where is my shirt? Where is my, oh, this was supposed to be ironed. So they're all over the place, So it's like, if you start your morning with that, shouting and yelling and being upset, you're not setting up the day. You're upsetting the day. So it's like set up or you're up, So as you rightly said, yes, those days, I think so. But now the newer generation, I'm not sure. But yes, that is very good planning, organizing. And I've seen some people, they have the dress ready. They know what they're wearing, what color or whatever, the accessories for ladies, accessories, the bag, everything is ready. So that, they start the morning in a beautiful way. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Perfect. Yeah. I would like to share everyone what is the real happiness to me in my experience as a mom of 2 boys and also a full-time entrepreneur. I'm working at night, and in morning I'm doing all the house chores, and as well taking care the kids, going to school with them and pick up them going home. Everything I'm doing that in my own. So it's hard actually, because you're doing all the things by myself. I feel so tired. I feel exhausted, and somehow my mood is not really good, because if I lack of sleep, my patience is very short. Then I don't have much time to play with them. That's the disadvantage of, you're just doing everything by yourself. But at the end of the day, I can say that brought me the real happiness in my heart. So for me, even though it's like struggle, everything is hard. Every day is like, it's like a train. You're just running low, running, but it's all worth it, and that's my 100% happiness. Because I would like to share, way back like 2018. So I started to dream I want to work from home because I would like to take care of my baby. I told to myself that I want to take care of him. So I really wanted to have a work from home. And that time, I know what I wanted to do. I said I want to do graphics. I want to do video editing. That's the only thing that I was thankful for, because I know what I want in this field, or in the field that I am working right now as an entrepreneur. By the way, I am working as general virtual assistant. So I am offering my skill, my services, again, in marketing and social media. I'm offering to the business owners to leverage their business. And I was so lucky and very thankful right now, because I was working already now for like 4 years, work from home. So everything, my prayer, it was given for me. So that's I'm
good.
so really
Yeah.
happy now.
Yeah.
I have this fourth question. So what is the role of gratitude, or what role does gratitude play in happiness?
That's a very good question. Yes. So basically, as they say, that gratitude makes your attitude, So if we do not have that thankfulness in our life, as I said, prayer, the only way that you can start having thankfulness, if you do not have, a lot of people, I know that they pray every day, in the morning, in the evening, but as I said, with the social media, with the negativity, with our life being so fast driven, as you were mentioning, is like a train. We start one activity, and then the whole day goes through by, and then we say, wow, the day has gone by. But have you taken a moment to thank God? Have you taken a moment to thank somebody who has made a difference in your life? Because there is not everything that you cannot do on your own. There is somebody helping you. Like you were saying that, there is a challenge that you're doing, but there is somebody helping you. It's probably the transportation that you were able to take your kids to the school and get back. It could be this, the internet. It could be the, your PC. It could be your body, your health that is helping you. These are all ways of increasing enhancing your gratitude, for everything that is available to you. Imagine if you did not have all these things right now, how your life would be, So we need to be thankful to these, to the science, to the technology, and that the more you have the thankfulness, the more and more you will start appreciating everything around your life, and the negativity will be less, and you'll have more positivity in life, So just by somebody saying, oh, be positive, well, that be positive is now no more relevant, because after the COVID, if you were positive, you were more in trouble. So so the be positive is kind of just not, you cannot say be positive, because people are going through a lot of challenges. But what is more important is that, how can I cultivate the habit of thanking everybody, whoever? So the best way is that, if you are still struggling to do that, just find 5 people or 5 ways that you can thank somebody. Could be the nature, like you wake up in the morning and it's so, like for instance, in Europe, every day the weather is different, right? You wake up in the morning, sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's very dark. It gets very dark in the night, in the evening. So when you wake up in the morning, thanking God, thanking the nature. Wow, what a beautiful day. It's so sunny outside. It's so beautiful. Like thanking, even if it's dark or if it's like cloudy, no problem. Just say, oh, what a beautiful day. It's an amazing day. Just start, and most important is that the fact that you are breathing, and that fact that you have another day is also being thankful. Imagine that, there are people, those who had the last breath in the night, they didn't wake up in the morning. So thanking God and thanking the nature that you have another day to live and make a difference in people's life, make a difference in your life. So there are ways and ways of being thankful. So the first thing is that, you can wake up in the morning, say thankful. Then, you go to the office, in the house, say thankful. Say thanks to, your parents, children. They might be surprised. Why are they saying thank you to us? But that's the way it is, because you have to meet that 5 number, and that's the beauty. Start with 5. Don't worry about anything more. Just start with 5 and cultivate the gratitude. And you will see the difference in about a month. Because in a month, you'll have 150 thank yous, Imagine what would that be in a year. So my humble request would be is that start practicing with little things and see how that makes a difference. That's what I do every day. I do every day is wake up in the morning, thank God for another beautiful day. And I try to thank as much as, like when I go to the supermarket, I thank somebody at the cash counter, thank you for serving me at the gas station, or somebody is helping me at my workplace. Somebody, the cleaner, hey, thank you for cleaning the area, cleaning the desk, making it look nice, cleaning the utensils. So every way you need to get an opportunity to take an opportunity to thank somebody, and you will see that how it makes, because somebody or other is helping you in your life.
Yeah.
If somebody says, I become a self-millionaire, self-made millionaire. No. There are a lot of people and family members or friends that help you to become to that. So thank them, and God will then give you back.
Yeah, that's actually correct. It's it's a real happiness when you literally a real happiness when you still wake up in the morning, right? Yeah, it's a life that was still God giving you, waking up in the morning. Let's go to our last question. What is one thing that you can do today to feel happier?
Yeah, that's again a very good question. Yeah. So, happiness, as I said, is something is internal. So the first thing that you can give yourself today is that try to work out on your health. The first thing I would say is the health is very important, whether it's the mental or is the physical. Now, sometimes our mental health is connected to our physical health. And that's the reason I mentioned earlier is that if you start going for a walk or start breathing, practicing breathing exercise, going to the gym, go on a beach, guarantee that if you're sitting at home and if you're feeling a bit of unhappiness, a little bit of sorrow, that will change because you're breaking a pattern. So what happens is that when you are, sitting somewhere and you're thinking about your life and thinking about how life has mistreated you, how people have mistreated you, when you think about all the negativity and how you have lost opportunities, all the regrets in your life, you can go on and on, right? Is that going to bring happiness? No way. That is going to bring you more sorrow, and you will start having tears, and you will feel very upset, and you don't want to talk to somebody. You will lock yourself in the room, and all that stuff happens. That's all practical. Now, if the same thing, the thought comes in that that's what the mind plays a trick. Your negative thought comes in. Your life is hopeless. You are good for nothing, and you're regretting about something. Just to break that pattern is that don't, the other lot of people do is that go and have more ice cream. That is not a solution, or having more sweets. That's not a solution. Breaking the pattern means go out for a walk, go on the beach if you can, and just break the pattern. Trust me, things will change. You might think, but the thoughts are going to follow you. Yeah, they're going to follow you, but they break after you start going into the nature, because now you're not thinking about the negative thoughts. You are certainly seeing the nature, you're seeing the people around you, going on the beach, and you start thinking about slowly thinking about what makes you feel happy. Who are the people, those who have really supported you in your life? Who are the people that that you speak to them makes you feel happy? Think about those things. Think about the foods you like. Well, you're not going to have that. Think about that moments that has made you happy. Think about a vacation that you went last time that made you so happy. That is kind of breaking the chain of thoughts of the negativity and getting into the positivity, and guarantee that you will start feeling more and more happy. Now the choice is yours. Now certainly you will need some training on that, and that's what I'm happy to share with you during the series. But start a simple thing. What you said is what you can start doing today is that go out in the nature, and that's the reason we lack vitamin D today. That olden days everybody used to be out in the nature, the farming, or they used to go out for the walk, running. But nowadays it's all inside, And after COVID, people have become more, I would say, not lazy, but it's become more, okay, we'll do everything at home, But I would encourage you to go out, and I love the nature. I just really love the nature. I go out I go every day in the morning, no matter how I feel, okay? No matter how down I have been, no matter how the day was, previously, or how, lazy, or, I'm tired I'm feeling. But I daily go for my walk without fail. Even if it's for 10 minutes, even if it's for 5 minutes, doesn't matter. But if I go out, I know that I'm going to feel good, and I'm going to, have a wonderful day. So this is how I start my day every day. So I would like to encourage you to do that. And then in the series, we'll explain more about how, these tools and resources can help you to navigate towards long-lasting happiness.
Inconsistent, what you are regularly doing, that's really amazing. Before we end this coaching series, I would like to share my takeaways that I realized. It sum up in my mind that happiness comes from within, like inner peace, meaningful relationship, personal growth, and having a purpose. And those material things that can give also to us happiness, but it can bring only a comfort in our lives. Thank you so much, Coach Jirish, for today. So we'll end this coaching. Our topic is about happiness. And everyone, if you have any questions, you can email us or send in Coach Jiri's Facebook. I will post it in comment section. And you can also his YouTube channel, where you can subscribe to follow more series and information and update. Thank you.